You know, I had an interesting thought the other day. One of my favorite Bat books right now is Batman and Robin, and my least favorite Bat book is called Batman the Dark Knight. Hey guys, what's happening? It's Richard here. Welcome to a brand new episode of, you guessed it, comics. I don't know what that was. So yes, welcome. Today is a very indie-centric episode of comics, but before you watch the episode today, a couple of things I want you to do. Carter and I reviewed two big event comics happening over at DC and Marvel. If you haven't seen them yet, we'd really appreciate it if you did. I'll put a link down below, so please check them out. I would really appreciate that. But yes, today's episode is a indie comics-centric episode, which is something we've kind of talked about back and forth if we wanted to actually do it, and now we're doing it. And then obviously for comics comments, we got a pretty big topic to talk about. Kind of a nice balance between franchise and independent, so. And also stay tuned to the end of the video because we have some interesting teases I think you guys will like. And there's a project I think all of you should get involved in that I'm going to be talking about. Anyways, let's get this indie-centric episode started with Carter giving you some awesome reviews.
Thank you, Richard. What's up, everybody? So yes, today is going to be an all-indie episode. So I'm going to give you two of them. The first one, you've probably heard of it, The Secret Service. It's by Mark Millar with art by Dave Gibbons, who, as you know, did the art for Watchmen. Secret Service, it was the one that I liked less of the two that I'm going to be reviewing today, but that does not mean I didn't like it. The whole idea of these people trying to kidnap like sci-fi celebrities, and so I thought it was really funny, but then as it kind of went on, it got a little bit boring, almost. The way that these characters are written, they talk with like Boston accents, it gets kind of annoying and unrealistic after a while. It was not as good as the first part of it. And Dave Gibbons, his art is good, but I just think his style is more suited towards kind of the old retro vibe that Watchmen went for. But I mean, still, I love to see Dave Gibbons working. It's a good book. I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. So the second book I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is called America's Got Powers. Let me just quickly talk about the art first. The art in America's Got Powers, again, it was not my favorite part because it's kind of just basic. You know, nothing wrong with it at all, but there's no kind of unique style to his art. But the writing of America's Got Powers #1 is fantastic. It almost had like a Hunger Games type feel to it. It's really cool idea to have people with superpowers just kind of in the real world, and what we would actually potentially do with that happens. I mean, you know, America would make a reality show out of everything. I think there's like a coupon show now. It's a very, very promising start to the series. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. Alright, take it away, Richard. See you later. Bye.
Thank you, Carter, and now it is my turn. So today I'm going to be reviewing for you guys The Shadow #1 from Dynamite Comics, written by Garth Ennis with art by Aaron Campbell. The Shadow's back, y'all! Now for those of you who have no idea who The Shadow is, go Google it. I mean, yeah, sure, I could do some kind of fun lesson, teach you all about the character, but A, I don't have time, and B, you got the technology and you should get off your lazy butts and do it yourself. Still love you though. So The Shadow #1 is a book I was heavily anticipating. I love The Shadow. And I gotta say, this issue was everything I was hoping for. I think Garth Ennis just has a really great handle on both characters. I love the dialogue he uses in both Lamont Cranston's kind of classy kind of character, and of course the really creepy language that the Shadow has, you know what I mean? The art is actually really good in this book. It's very shadowy, it's very creepy, it's very dense, perfect for the character. That being said, at times it's a little too shadowy. Also, for those of you that didn't notice, there's actually a coloring mistake in this issue, which I thought was kind of weird. I don't know if it's in all the books, but it's in this issue. But even so, I thought this was a great way to bring the character back. I just thought this was a really great first issue. It was everything I was looking for when I was anticipating this issue. The Shadow #1 gets a 4 out of 5 from me. I highly recommend it. So now it is time for our favorite segment on this show, Comics Comments. So the Avengers is literally days away. Literally this close from seeing the Avengers for the first time, and some of you have already seen the Avengers, you bastards. But there was an announcement earlier last week that made our excitement for the Avengers go straight through the roof. Warner Brothers announced that a brand new trailer for The Dark Knight Rises will play in front of the Avengers. Now I will take a moment for you guys to get a mop to clean the brain off the floor that just shot out of your head. So I don't necessarily have a question for this, because I just can't think of one, because my mind's just too busy like cooking before it explodes. So just talk about it in the comments. Just talk about it. Anyways, that's about it for us here at Comics. Couple things I want to mention before you go. Thing number one, a couple videos ago, well, a lot of videos ago, I talked about how I'm making a Captain Crazy comic book, and I finally finished the script for issue 1. And I'm really excited, at the same time really nervous to show you guys. I really hope you guys like the comic. And last thing I want to talk about is there's a project going on that's like a documentary that needs your help. So there's this filmmaker who's making a documentary that's basically all about, stories and inspiration, and how a specific comic book character, Batman, inspired the film creator and everyone else involved in this project to want to tell stories. And now I mention this because I can't relate to this more, because this is exactly me in a nutshell. Batman has really inspired me to want to make videos and write comic books and just tell stories of all the stuff that I love. And I love the idea behind this film, and it needs your help. Please donate to this film, basically. I'll put a link down below to how you can actually do this. And finally, you guys know the routine. Don't forget to like this video, follow Carter and I on Facebook, Twitter, and directorscutradio.com. Links down below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, favorite the video if you want to, and we'll see you next time with a brand new episode of Comics.